Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu einem neuen YouTube-Livestream hier aus dem cardshark Studio. Fragt mich bitte nicht, warum die Kamera so einen komischen Stich hat. Wie immer, ihr wisst ja, bei mir ist nicht alles perfekt. Habe hier nicht hier Sponsoren, die uns High-Res Equipment geben, die immer irgendwo hinsteuert, ist ja auch egal. Hey, heute ist Fernando hier im Studio, es geht um die spanische Schule, es wird ganz spannend. Herzlichen Dank für das Input, worüber wir heute sprechen sollen. Gleich wird spannend, habe auch was Neues mitgebracht, aber erst die Intro. Los geht's. Ja, bitte sag mir noch mit, could you please give me the mouse just for a second? Ja, wir haben natürlich den Fernando dabei, der nicht Deutsch spricht, auch wenn er es versuchen wird. Es wird nicht hinhauen. Ich hoffe, wir sind alle hier mit dabei. Jawohl, hello from Spain. Mago Pablo, Nanu.
Oi, Mago Maria.
Hey, sehr, sehr cool. Ja, also Frank, danke noch einmal für den Input, fand ich richtig spannend. Wir haben daran gearbeitet und werden darüber heute sprechen. Fernando ist ganz frisch aus Düsseldorf angereist. Wir hatten jetzt nur eine Stunde Zeit, kurz darüber zu sprechen, was heute Thema sein wird. Ich bin selbst auch gespannt. Ich habe einige Campus Magicos mit ihm mitgemacht und weiß ein bisschen was, aber mich als Experten zu bezeichnen, da bin ich Meilen von entfernt. Wie sollen wir es machen? Werden wir alles auf Englisch sprechen oder soll ich es dann für euch übersetzen von Englisch auf Deutsch? Das würde ich gerne im Chat wissen. In der Zwischenzeit kann ich euch schon mal etwas sagen. Wir haben heute tatsächlich die allerersten Spiele aus Taiwan bekommen. Hier ist das erste Spiel und Fernando hatte schon einmal ein Spiel in der Hand, aber wir machen es einfach noch einmal auf. Das ist ein neues Unboxing, live, yes. Warte mal, ich mache mal die große Kamera an mit uns beiden hier drauf und ich kann euch das Spiel hier zeigen. Tatsächlich. So sieht's aus. Es streift sich natürlich hervorragend aus und wie ihr seht, es gibt kein Poker-Bingo mehr oder die Cut-a-Number-Karte, weil wir haben 54 Karten. Ich habe da lieber etwas gespart, um euch den günstigsten Preis zu bringen, den es wie auch immer gibt. Und ja, die Taiwan-Karten wird es dann also in der, ich denke mal in dieser Woche geben. Fernando, you already checked these cards?
I have, and I was pretty surprised. I mean, I said...
You never handled them before,
No,
right?
It's the first time. You said, look at these cards. And I thought they had a problem. So I started looking for a problem. I said, what does he mean? And I see no problem. And I started handling them. I said, why is he complaining? Looks amazing. And then I realized now that it was a joke because these cards are fucking amazing. I mean, I'm really happy about them. I was playing, I mean, for 10 minutes or something, but it's like, they respond, they are beautiful.
Did you just do a table pharaoh?
Yeah, well...
That was the bottom, right?
It was a reverse table pharaoh.
Yeah, but you got in from the bottom to the top, right?
No, top from bottom. You can fake it.
Do it.
This is bottom to top.
Oh, nice,
to top.
Okay. What is still cool, because it's a brand new deck and never was pharaohed before, right? Ja, die Qualität ist tatsächlich so genial bei dem Schnitt, dass es fast egal ist, ob es ja, ich sag mal, von der Rückseite zur Bildseite gepharaoht wird oder umgekehrt. Aber natürlich ist die Karte nochmal glatter von der Rückseite zur Frontseite und die Pharos sind einfach ein Butter und ein Traum. Die Karten sind etwas weißer. Could you please give me one of the orange cards whatsoever or the deck itself? Yep. So, hier sieht man jetzt mal tatsächlich die passende Karte von US Playing Card daneben. Wie man sieht gar nichts. Any difference?
Don't look at me.
Is there any difference between this color and that color?
Not really.
Not really, right? Even with the structure, etc., something weird with it? Because this is definitely USPC stock. Yeah, that's the USPC stock, and the other one is the German one. Well, you see a little difference in the paper color.
No, well, but also because these cards have been used, they are not.
That's true as well. Ja, also es gibt einen ganz leichten Unterschied bei der Kartenfarbe. Man kann da trotzdem gut mischen. Ich würde jetzt nicht unbedingt Kartenspiele oder Trickkarten, wenn es darauf ankommt, dass es völlig untergehen soll, miteinander zu vermischen, aber die Größe ist natürlich absolut identisch. Ich freue mich mega auf die ganze Geschichte. Das mit dem Rebellen-Logo. Nee, das ist nicht das Rebellen-Logo, das ist tatsächlich das Phoenix-Logo, wenn du mal ganz genau hinschaust. Ich finde das mega genial. Das wird unser neues Siegel sein. Alles, was aus Taiwan kommt, hat dieses Siegel. Und ja, das Ganze ist natürlich die Casino-Qualität, wie man sieht. Das Ganze nennt sich jetzt natürlich auch dann der Phoenix-Index. Und früher oder später werdet ihr hier etwas feststellen, denn hier steht im Moment Casino Quality, was es ja auch jetzt ist, denn es ist tatsächlich die neue Casino Qualität aus Taiwan. Ja, the new one. And I did something, maybe I have to grab something. Könnt ihr mich eine Sekunde entschuldigen? Ich laufe mal ganz kurz. Could you please go over there? There was one box with the blue cards, the Boris Wild decks. In blue.
In the office?
Yes, exactly. It's there where the red cards were, right at the entrance, right? Da könnte ich euch nämlich nochmal einen kleinen Hinweis zeigen, was sich sonst noch ändern wird bei der neuen Schachtel. Also ich bin sehr aufgeregt, dass ich jetzt zum allerersten Mal die Früchte dieser gesamten Gestaltung tatsächlich auch in der Hand halte und euch in Kürze jetzt auch dann anbieten kann. Ich bin gerade dabei, wir haben jetzt natürlich nur einen Teil bestellt oder rübergeholt. Es gibt 2 Versender, einmal FedEx direkt mit der taiwanesischen Firma selbst und einen Versender, der auch wahnsinnig schnell ist und ein Kontakt war über den Philo. Und ich habe beide mal gegeneinander jetzt antreten lassen, genau die gleiche Menge, genau die gleichen Kartonsanzahlen rüber zu schicken, um zu sehen, wer ist schneller und was kostet es. Denn ich möchte natürlich bestmöglich die Sachen rüberholen und euch dann entsprechend auch den Preisvorteil entsprechend weitergeben. Aha, what do you think? What? Why are you laughing?
You sent me to an office, bring this deck, there are like 2000 decks.
And you just brought any blue one. Certainly it's not. Okay. Okay, ich gehe mal ganz kurz selbst.
2000 decks, man. What are you hoping for? I guess this is very nice also. I don't know what that is. If you have the chance ever in your life to come to Essen to meet the warehouse of Christian, please do it. It's just like a paradise or hell, I don't know, it's just a mess. It's beautiful. You haven't?
Yeah, sure. Sure I got it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know what it is.
How could you miss it?
Yes, how could you? No, leave it here just for the comparison. So here we do. Hier seht ihr schon die beiden, das alte Deck mit der Gestaltung. Das ist tatsächlich ganz normal Large Index mit dem alten Ass. Und hier haben wir jetzt die neue Qualität, wie ihr es ja schon gesehen habt, mit dem neuen Pik Ass. Phoenix Index. Und das hier ist tatsächlich jetzt ein neues Spiel, was wir rausbringen werden. Das ist das Boris Wildmark Deck in Blau, in großem Index. Da hatte der Boris sich dem was wünschen dürfen sozusagen. Und hier ist das allererste Spiel, bei dem ich diese Markierung, die ihr hier unten auf dem Boden kennt, auch auf die Seite gebracht habe. I added the marking of the deck also to the size. So it's not only there, but also in the center there.
You can have that line in your
Yes. So if it's nothing, then it certainly will look like this.
Yeah.
And if there's anything special in the deck, then I would add these 2 digits there.
Love it, the code.
That's a cool idea, right?
I love it.
Ja. So, also das wird es dann auch bald geben. Und ja klar, muss natürlich jetzt alles mehr erstmal zusammenstellen und so weiter. Das ist alles so brandneu. Ist das Blau dunkler? Eigentlich... Ja, stimmt, ist etwas dunkler. Das ist der Punkt, wie viel Farbauftrag gibt es bei einem jeweiligen Spiel. Also der Farbtopf ist genau der gleiche, es ist die Pantone-Farbe generell die identisch, aber je nachdem wie viel Farbe man aufträgt, umso dunkler wird entsprechend die Kartenschachtel als auch die Rückseite. Ich habe es jetzt selber nicht gesehen, ich hatte darauf gepocht, dass die Kartenfarben Pantone genauso sein werden wie die Pantone-Fächer, sodass es also dort keine Probleme geben wird in der Zukunft in der Konsistenz. Werden die markierten roten Blanko-Bildkarten in absehbarer Zukunft wieder verfügbar sein oder doch bei dem blauen Zuschlag? Sollte mit bei der neuen Sendung sein. Ich warte allerdings ja wie gesagt noch auf Kartons. Morgen weiß ich, dass nochmal ein Schwung kommen wird. Heute kamen die ersten 8 Kartons. Ich erwarte noch 14 weitere. Das war jetzt so der erste Schwung, also 22 Kartons. Ein Fehler habe ich schon gefunden, das betrifft euch jetzt nicht, aber das war ein Spiel, was ich mit dem Luis de Matos zusammen gemacht habe. Das muss nochmal neu produziert werden. Aber bei dem anderen bin ich sehr optimistisch, dass wir da in Kürze Gas geben können. Zusätzlich habe ich auch noch Material bekommen. I also got some new material for 2 new tricks. One with Colin Cloud, what is pretty cool, and one with the FISM winners in Mentalism, Luca and Anka. I filmed it already. Also das wird auch nochmal ein spannendes Ding. But it's a double-decker, a very special one.
Alright.
But it's working a little bit like the Destiny deck. The preparation will be the same. So Colin Cloud, der neue Effekt wird spitze, da muss ich dann natürlich jetzt die Sachen zusammenstellen und ihm rüberschicken, damit er das Video drehen kann. Er wartet schon sehnsüchtig drauf und ich bin sehr, sehr, sehr gespannt. Ja, also wir können endlich wieder Gas geben, der Knoten ist geplatzt. Eigentlich ist genau ein Jahr passiert, seitdem nichts passiert ist. It's exactly 1 year that I have not printed playing cards. Isn't that crazy?
Yep.
Thanks to USPC, it feels so wonderful that that something is moving on again.
I told just before, like it was beautiful to see the warehouse packed again. Like everything is getting back to.
But this is still empty, right? The new ones will be much higher and everything, so that we will fill up again. And that's only the German part. The American ones I already checked earlier, so that we can also go from there. So I'm really excited. Ich bin da wirklich ganz aufgeregt, dass wir da wieder Gas geben können, und das soweit zu dem Update mit den Large Index Decks. Ich bin sehr gespannt, was dann morgen kommt. So far I only got the red ones, so in the 14 boxes still coming tomorrow, there will be then the other ones. I'm really excited. I cannot sleep now.
14 boxes.
Yeah, that's a lot. So I'm really excited. Some of them are large index decks, and certainly don't place orders like, okay, I take a gross of 144 decks, because then I'm screwed. The rest of the decks will go onto a ship, so that the shipping cost will be further down. The deck cost per deck is about €1 for shipping, not the cost of it. So it's crazy. That has to go down, and to give you a good price, I really have to go down. Anyhow, wir mischen jetzt so ein bisschen Deutsch und Englisch. Kann man denn die alten Gaffs noch ohne Probleme weiter nutzen? Nicht unbedingt bezüglich Farbe, sondern wegen der Größe im Deck. Die Größe ist 1:1 die gleiche. Also die sind identisch bedingt. Denn auch bei Bicycle-Spielen oder halt bei den Kartenspielen von USPC gibt es gewisse Toleranzen. Ist euch vielleicht schon mal aufgefallen? Denn das Stanzwerkzeug, was die Karten einzeln ausstanzt, muss ab und zu nachgeschliffen werden, und weil es ja stumpf wird mit der Zeit. Und wenn es mehrfach geschliffen wurde, wird dieses Stanzwerkzeug immer größer, sodass irgendwann die Spielkarten leicht größer wurden. Und wenn diese Toleranz überschritten ist, dann muss das gesamte Werkzeug ersetzt werden und hat wieder die Ausgangsgröße. Das heißt, man wird immer kleine Toleranzen finden bei den Spielkarten. Aber natürlich, die Pokerkarten von Phoenix sind immer 63 x 88 mm, egal ob jetzt aus Taiwan oder von USPC. Ja, ich freue mich sehr, und damit wird dann eigentlich auch Zeit, dass wir den Fernando mit dazu holen, denn wir wollen über die Spanische Schule sprechen. Frank Wegehoff hatte mich gestern darauf angesprochen, was ist eigentlich die Spanische Schule? Wir erwähnen es so oft. Philo war ja schon da, und viele unserer Freunde. Jörg Alexander war da, Stefan Kirschbaum. Yeah, so we had a lot of good magicians, but also beginner magicians.
Torsten Strotman.
Yes.
Alexander Rekova wanted to come this year, but he couldn't.
Yeah, and the nice thing, I now call it the elevator. It doesn't matter in which level you are in this house of magic, if you are at the bottom or already up there. When you are going into the campus, you're leaving at least 1 or 2 levels up. It doesn't matter where you started, but somehow going up in your quality.
But this is by changing the vector. If we are thinking always bottom up, like amateurs and beginners to the professionals, yeah, I started going this vector. So everybody is as far to here, no matter how high you are in the scale. So the big professionals, the experts, and the amateurs, they have to do the same work to get there. They will discover the same things, because this is something that you are not taught in the usual magic environment.
Yeah, but that's what an elevator does. It lifts you up.
It lifts you.
You're not Willy Wonka. That's the elevator going to the side. Yes, Willy Wonka of magic. That would be interesting. Yeah,
Top,
interesting.
top hats doesn't fit.
No. Yeah, that would be funny. It would not fit into the screen anyhow, so into the camera.
In my head, it doesn't fit into my head.
Ja. Oh, Frank sagt, korrigiert es gerade, er habe es nicht gefragt, sondern natürlich. Frank, du verstehst schon, was ich sagen wollte. Du hast mich inspiriert, dieses Thema heute zum Anlass zu nehmen, wenn der Fernando schon hier ist. Finde ich super. So, you started the Campus Magico. When did you start it?
Before we go into that, very quick, it's amazing how interesting I find what you are doing here, because we are magicians and we are working with this element, with the cards. Mm-hmm. And it's like going to the supermarket. You just take the food and you just eat it and you have no idea the process it has to go through. And this is our element. I have spent 30 years or 25 years of my life with this in my hands. And you are showing us how hard it is to have this element in our hands. Like the amount of work you have devoted your life to be an engineer of magic, to understand the process and to streamline the processes and to find the little. I mean, this is a little detail, but it's a great detail, and it takes a lot of commitment to find these small jewels. And this is just one thing. So it's like I love the work you do.
Yeah. So when he came into the warehouse at the beginning today, he immediately went down into the rabbit hole, and looked around what we did here. You have never been here to this warehouse? Very early.
I mean, I have lived in this warehouse.
Yeah, that's true. Oh my God, you were doing the first Destiny decks here.
The first 1,000 Destiny decks.
Yes.
Sorting strippers.
Yeah. Oh, I remember. That's a couple of years ago, right?
Gluing like this and no, it's not working.
Yeah. That's a question from Palin. Is there a minimum level you should have for the school? Actually, not really. All the guys who are watching right now are already so motivated for magic that, I mean, the youngest student you ever had was the guy from England, right, from London, who just started and was not intentionally very funny.
But Nikolai Vasilescu.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
No, we have students. They are not magicians even. They are studying, and we have realized that it's even better. Before you get used to a way of thinking that then is so hard to break, and it's one of the big works we do in campus is an learning process. We have to break what you think you know in order to have the pieces again, so we can build it in a new way. But if you don't have all these chronified blocks yet, it's much easier to work. And then when you go back to the magic world, you start to see things in a different way, in your own way. So you are not into this tunnel vision.
Yeah, it's like learning tennis without a trainer at the beginning. So you're getting used to pushing the ball over the net, but not in the most efficient way, and you have to start all over again when you finally find the right teacher to teach you. So what is the Spanish school then? When did it start? Oh, no way. Did I just come over here? That's funny. Mostly.
The Spanish school is not a school like a building. It's not there are teachers and students.
Yes.
It's a school of thinking. It was created not in a specific date. It's some years in the 70s, in the early mid 70s in Spain, in Madrid mostly, but then people from different parts of Spain came. It was the 70s in Spain, still a dictatorship about to end, so people felt the need to change, to open up, to discover the world. That's why it was a very creative era in Madrid, not only for magic, but also for music, for painting, all the movida madrileña, all this amazing new rock pop, very punk with social message. So the magic was changing again. Instead of men doing, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 cards, they said, okay, let's do it in a different way. Tamaris was 30 at this time.
Yeah.
He was very involved into the rock musicians and...
Zu dem damaligen Zeitpunkt in den 70ern gab es noch den Bürgerkrieg in Spanien und der war sehr, sehr intensiv. Und when did the Civil War 75?
The Civil War was 36 to 39. And then dictatorship until
75. Okay, and then it stopped.
Yeah.
And then the king was then enthroned by this guy whatsoever. So it was kind of weird, right?
Yeah, it was weird. But we had a democracy and we could meet, because meeting was forbidden before that. Illegal meeting. That is some people talking about magic. There is a stories of Ascanio and his friends going like, they couldn't meet, so it's like, hey, I will take you home. And they were walking, talking about magic. And when they reached his house, hey, I will walk you home. I will walk you home. So it was 4 guys being legally talking about magic instead of meeting in a place.
So when walking was not meeting?
Yeah.
Crazy, 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 crazy.
There is a saying of Luis Garcia saying, when I have a deck of cards in my pocket, I feel a magic element. Because this is a magic element of freedom. If I feel it in my pocket, I know I can do whatever I want. Because I can share my message.
Wow. Yeah. I remember a photo of Juan in the magic shop in Madrid, where he is before this movement, right? Where he was just a classic magician, like in black tie, doing the rings, the ring thing, etc., looking very strict and totally different. And then, who were the first initiators? How would you say?
There is another line. We come from Fraxon. We could even say Fraxon was an amazing magician in USA. He's Spanish, but he made his career in USA on TV, on big theaters. Vernon used to say he was one of the greatest magicians ever.
Yeah. And
then he went back to Spain and took people like Juan Tamariz and some others, like Juan Anton, to spread the love. And the message of Fraxon was love, period. Love your magic, love what you do, love yourself, love your audiences. Fraxon, before going on stage every night, he was behind the curtains and he was speaking to the audience from the curtains and saying for himself, I love you, to the audience. Only for himself, but it's creating a mindset of the opposite, like right now. Hit your audiences, slap them, you will kill them with this effect. No, he was, no, I love you. And this is a complete change in what the way you approach to magic, if you want to love your audience rather than kill them.
That's fantastic, yeah. I remember that what Juan said, that before he goes onto stage, he already starts doing magic for all the people in the wings. Because he also loves to already entertain and being in the mood of doing magic before he then goes onto stage.
Warm up and continue
there. Yeah, that's really nice with the love. Yeah. When did Fraxon live? Do you know that?
He was doing his big things in the 20s, 30s. So.
Are there any videos out there?
Yeah, some videos on TV, a movie. He was doing his act in a movie, like a cabaret, and he's doing the cigarette act. But he's not the best, and he was already... It was like chispitas, sparkles, sparkles, and doing these amazing things with cigarettes. He created magic with cigarettes.
Okay.
Well, not some part of the lit
cigarettes. Okay. So Fraxon brought the magic from America into...
When he retired, he said, enough of this business. Let's go to Spain and let's share the love for magic.
So he went back to Spain, and lived there and started the spark more or less. Mm-hmm. Who were his students at that time?
Many of them. The famous ones could be Juan Anton, Juan Tamariz. Is before Pepe Carroll. Of course, Hesfer died of old age 2 years ago. We were very good friends. He was doing the cigarette routine and the Belle de Nuit in places like the Moulin Rouge, the Crazy Horse. Hesfer was performing with Fred Caps for years. So this kind of people. It was a different generation, and they used to hang out, and he got funny stories of Fred Caps behind the counter.
So Fred Caps, even if he was from Netherlands, was also kind of...
Fred Caps is one of the reasons of the Spanish magic.
Yeah.
Ascanio, he has a book. Ascanio has a book on his masters, and one of them is Fred Caps, Fraxon, Canalach, funny wise.
Canalach, okay.
Yes, I know it's controversial, but they had a link. Like in magic, you have links with very different people that you wouldn't meet in the daily life, but in magic, you find a brotherhood. John Carles and some others. So it's being open. It was like suddenly the starting of globalization. You could go to Netherlands or Fred Caps could come to the Spanish theaters, and all the magicians going there to learn, to be amazed, to understand, then meeting to study what happens. Why did I feel this? And Fred Capps used to say, smile, heart and hands to make an artist. It could be another different way, but it's the smile, no, the charisma, the being on stage, the heart, the passion, the love, and the hands, the ability to do things. You can be very loving, but if you are like this, then, okay, man, work on your technique a little bit.
Yeah, that's true. So you told me something that they started doing it even kind of illegal in the mountains somewhere to meet at the beginning.
That's a different group. Luis Garcia, Gabriel Moreno, Juan Tamariz. Yeah, they were more into the hippie, esoterical thinking of the 70s in the mountains of Granada.
Okay.
They spent time there, of course, experiencing with different drugs, because it was the time of, what is this? LSD was the new thing. And they were using it to understand what happens to my magic under these circumstances. So one of them was more into LSD, one of them was more into cocaine, one of them was more into alcohol. Really exploring, really experimenting, really putting yourself on the edge. What can I discover in this? Of course, they were not always, sometimes sports, what happens with sports, the endorphins, how do I approach an audience when I'm exhausted rather than lazy watching TV. And this is when the magazine of the Spanish School of Magic, or the Madrid School of Magic, was released. Every month it was an inner magazine, only for the members, and you had to submit articles, opinion, thoughts, theory, tricks. Or in this time, Tony Cachadinha flying to USA, watching a convention, that was not the everyday thing at this time. So then I saw this magician and this happened. So it's like 2,000 pages altogether, the compilation.
What would be lost nowadays because you just go on WhatsApp or whatever and text something and that's just between these two and then it's gone. But if you have to write it down, then something is standing for the eternity.
Mm-hmm. And it's compiled into a PDF right now.
Very cool, very cool. So you said, I asked you earlier, what about the actual generation, or what about the second generation? You said we are not in the second, we are already in the third one.
Yeah, of course, generations are not always fixed, and something in the future, you look at the past and you say, oh, Impressionism, Expressionism, of course, in the real time it was not like, now everybody's doing Impressionism. But it's like in the 70s, 80s, they were developing the new way of thinking and approaching magic. Very constructive, very structured, very emotional, looking for metaphors into that. Late 80s, 90s, 2000s, it was the second generation where I would say Miguel Gea is there, among many others, to make this magic professional, to make it for the audience, not only clever and understandable, but boom, to the audiences. Not only on TV, like Tamariz, bringing big names, but no, what happens with the very clever, very well thought close-up magic when you go to a kids' party, to a restaurant. I remember in 2002, I was already into magic. I went to have dinner with my girlfriend to a restaurant, and suddenly Miguel Gea comes, do you want to see a trick? He was doing table hopping 20 years ago. But the magic he was doing, table from table, it was amazing magic. It was his own tricks that he had been polishing for years.
Wow.
So he said, hey, Fernando, how are you doing?
Oh, that's amazing. And that was before you started doing magic?
No, I was already doing magic. I knew Gea already, not as a great friend. He was not a close friend like he is now.
Yeah.
But it's, I will let you, no, you do the tricks. You do your magic here.
Very cool.
And he was doing the things he was exploring, because Gea has always been investigating, like the years of exploring adventure. What means adventure? And how can I translate adventure into magic? The time of exploring time and bringing that into magic. So every 2 years he releases books on the investigation he has been doing, like an animal, like crazy, for 2 years.
Amazing. Well, there's we recently lost one of the biggest thinkers as well, Gabi Parera.
Yeah,
Gabi Pareras, who unfortunately died on cancer way too early.
Way too early. He was 55.
Yeah. So he also was very intense in everything he studied. You told me that he even did jobs that were allowing him to learn and study while he was working, like being in a park.
At night, the night shift
of a parking
so
place,
he
right?
could dedicate his life to study. Yeah, his library is 3,000 books, not magic books. He has maybe 1,000 magic books and 2,000 novel, poetry, essays on drama, narrative, studying the classics, studying the controversy texts to keep learning. You cannot only learn from magic because then you are empty. It's the trick on itself. If it's not enriched by knowing other things, your magic will feel flat. He understood that very early, and he said, okay, my life will be gone for that, to enrich the art of magic. And
yeah, way too early. He could have done so much more.
yeah, but what a life. Yeah, maybe
dedicating it to men. I mean, did he have a private life with a woman, with a wife, etc.?
It's
a different topic.
I don't want to talk about anybody's life here, but
I mean, studying in the night, etc. That is giving up your private life for the study. Yeah. That's what I want.
Well, he was giving up some. Like, if you have kids, maybe you don't move to the Amazon, and if you go to the Amazon, maybe you don't have kids. He decided this life, and it was an amazing life. Every time I was in Barcelona, you could call him, meet for a beer, and then being engaged in the deepest conversation for 3 hours is like, fuck, I've lost my train again. Okay, let's go for another beer and keep working on magic.
Did you? Okay, yeah, that's amazing. So, who are...
He opened his school in Barcelona some years ago, and one day I said, okay, I have 4 hours to kill before I take my train to Madrid. Can I go to your classes? And, I mean, it was cold outside. I said, yeah, come, my students are already here, let's start. And it was 2 hours of amazing teaching. Amazing. I said, wow, this is the advanced course? Said, oh, come on, those are the beginners.
Oh my God.
The beginners. People were just starting, I don't know if I like magic, come here. Boom, 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 boom. Everybody was doing it because they understood, because he was super good at splitting hairs and understanding how to transmit that and how people get it. And
wow. Wow. Well, when you started the campus, let's talk about the campus then, because you're also a teacher now. You did it at the beginning only in Spanish, right?
I was already being a magic teacher for several years in different schools of magic, like School of Magic and some others.
Yeah.
And very soon I realized that the way I was explaining things to the magicians were very different to other people. I was more into a different thing, and people were coming to my class like, okay, I want the way you explain this. Not because it's better than the other one, it's different. So we have this, and now we have a... If you want a dessert, you want it to be different than the first meal.
Yeah.
So then I had the idea of creating a safe space where I could be free to say what I wanted to say. Not having a list of topics I have to cover because they decided this, which is perfectly fine. And I did it in Spanish for the first year to do the pilot. It was very cheap and...
Young students, right?
Young students,
was in a village or so, you told me? Yeah.
Yeah, a nice house, and I did it there. 2 weeks. And then I said, okay, this experience has to be shared. And then you came in.
Yeah, so I convinced him then to also offer it in English language, to open the Spanish ideas to the world. And I think since then the Campus Magico really grew to a very, very solid way of learning magic nowadays. But you started also not doing it in the, well, certainly thanks to this C thing that we hopefully have behind us. There was 1 year not going, 2 years already, but you did it as an online thing. It's certainly different.
It's different, so I had to do it differently. The Campus Magico Academy, the online version, it was 6 months non-stop.
Yeah.
With videos, with Miguel Muñoz, with Giancarlo Scalia, with all the guys. And meeting every week with the students for 3-4 hours. And the students were Jorg Alexander and some other people. So a nice mixture of people again. So we could really explore. We were studying things like Commedia dell'arte, like 17th century Italian theater. So why not? Because this theater helps you a lot to change the way your body moves. So now suddenly your magic looks different, and it's like, okay, this is engaging, because instead of doing this, you could be changing the way your weight is there, the hands, so you reach further, and it's not like rehearsed, it feels natural. So we were at home because of the thingy, and people were in their living rooms jumping, doing, trying and exploring and doing this, and what happens if I... And everybody says that their magic changes after that, so it's not only being a fool, it's working with a purpose, because to be an artist you have to work and explore, not only do the same thing again and again like a robot. This is not art, this is...
Yeah, but this is what you also do in the Campus Magico, in the 1 week workshops, etc. There's a lot of... it's not sitting down somehow, it's a lot of movement, right? With a lot of exercises with different teachers. And this really changes you and gives you a complete new attitude how to approach your magic, I really have to say. You just came over here from a nice weekend in Düsseldorf, right?
Yeah, I just arrived.
Yeah.
We were doing this, what I call mini campus, not because it has a lesser value, but because it's smaller, only 2 days.
And only 2 teachers?
Only 2 teachers. And instead of people coming to Madrid for a week, we go to different cities for a weekend. So this time we met in Düsseldorf, in Sven Hoive's house, in the crypt.
In the crypt, yeah.
And it was 15 guys from the Düsseldorf Magic Circle and some other places. And we removed everything in his living room, so it was a flat surface, and we've been moving, jumping, creating, thinking for 10 hours a day, so 20 hours in a weekend.
Nice. Nice, and you are just doing a stopover because you will soon go now, tomorrow? I don't even know when you are leaving.
I don't me neither.
Okay, but then you go to Hamburg, right?
Yeah, they are doing now in Hamburg some guys like Bobby Bensick, Lucas Kamiński, Jan Soma. They are doing these Campus Magico meetings in Hamburg, so the guys who have attended Campus Magico in Hamburg, they meet every week just to keep working on the stuff we teach there and exploring, so they keep... Of course, going 5 days is very intensive, it's very wonderful, but it's only 5 days, that's nothing. You have to keep working for years. So okay, they meet every week, barbecue, some beers, and working on all those concepts. We made a list. So okay, let's practice today about the energy levels, about the intentions and emotions, about the different spaces. What happens if I do it here or here?
I think, well, how many campus did I now do? I think 4 already. Yes, I think it's 4. I have to say it's very intense. However, certainly 1 year is a long time span to go back and then being refreshed. Like, damn, I forgot about this, and I did not use that method, and I could have done it better in a different way, etc. So I think it's a good idea to refresh from time to time, and doing some in-between courses, smaller ones, to rethink what you have learned and practice it again. That's really cool. Anyhow, let's see where we are staying right now, time-wise. Hey, we're doing good. I'm really astounded. You talked about several magic artists who started the Spanish school and all this, but you also mentioned something like there are a lot of videos that you could put together to show the people how the magic school, well, how the Spanish magic evolved, right? So maybe then also with the old classics.
We were thinking of doing a YouTube list of videos with some of the highlights of the Spanish School of Magic for people all over the world to have in cardshark YouTube channel. So from the early videos of Fraxon to some videos of Ascanio, Camilo Vázquez, of course, and his FISM Award is amazing act. To Gaby Parera's some videos like Cosas de Gaby channel are doing, and some of us, Mario Lopez, because he's... And I think it will be a nice experience to have this playlist so we can understand the Spanish School of Magic in a timeline. Okay, so if you're interested in seeing this list or these videos, please leave a 1 in the chat, or what would be nice if you're not watching it live, leave a comment down in the section, and we will then work on this to bring you the list in a form that you can soon digest it and start learning. There is a question from Palin. Has Fernando some advices for beginners? I have an advice for myself. I need to start wearing glasses because it's hard to read.
It's like Philo. He's always staring.
Yeah, let me think.
Okay.
What kind of advice? What do you need? I cannot give you an advice if I don't know what you need. Beginners is like a box. Beginners go to this box, and this comes from the Industrial Revolution. Like, you go to school and you go to this classroom because you are this age. Everybody do the same, and everybody stays in the same place. There is a bell to get in, to get out.
Yeah, no. to unify people that they are all the same and doing all the same things.
This is gone almost everywhere, but in the schools. So I don't want art to be like this. I cannot put beginners into a box because every beginner has different needs and desires and talents. So the question for Pauline, the advice for a beginner is, what do you need? What do you want to achieve? What is missing from that? Having conversations. You cannot have a standard unified advice. If we want to be unique, if we want to be artists, that is expressing our freedom.
Yeah, so you can already imagine that these workshops that we are doing at the Campus Magico has nothing to do with a normal school. If you ask one question, don't expect a normal answer. It will always be way deeper, where you think, damn, I never thought about it, that it could have been in a totally different direction. So don't expect an easy answer, unfortunately, sometimes, because it's so many layers down there, where you then open up and rethink everything, actually everything. What is really, really nice. It's not just doing a trick. It's amazing. I mean, when we sat down, I remember the time when we were in the park in Madrid, and you told me, you taught me about the Ascanio spread. What is the Ascanio spread? Why it's called Ascanio spread, and why everything that you know is wrong about it, kind of. So only Spanish students know what the real intention was of the intention of the Ascanio spread is, and was it Amar or Michael Close who brought it over to America?
I think it is even before, yeah. But it was like Ascanio and Tamaris. They went to USA. They were doing their magic.
Yeah.
Even Paul Harris saw the Ascanio spread and said, "Oh, I get it," and he didn't get it, and because he was doing the videos.
Okay. Yeah.
So people think Ascanio spread is this. And people say it's weird, and yeah, of course it's weird because it's weird. Because what Paul Harris is doing, first, Paul Harris' universe is weird because he's doing his own things.
Yeah.
Second, because he didn't understand Ascanio because it's a different universe.
Yeah. Okay, got it. Guys, I know it's a difficult topic and it will not reach everybody here. I understand that. Stay with me. I know it's worth it. It will change your magic for sure. So I see the number of people who are in this live stream is a little bit lower now. If you please scroll down, help this channel, help this video by leaving a like. That would give YouTube. It's a crazy, strange algorithm, and YouTube loves to have interaction, etc. Otherwise, this video will not be shared with other magicians, and I would love to spread the word about the magic school, and the Spanish School of Magic.
And,
so
and that's the thing. The campus ideas and my ideas and our ideas, the teachers, they are not mainstream ideas. They will not like everybody. We are not trying to please everybody. It's like pop music. It's focused for the mainstream. No, we are doing something niche that we consider valuable. So we will never be like, wow, and we don't want that, we don't need that, but we need that the people at Connect, we are polarizing. Some people don't like it, some people love it. And we are aiming for these people who love that, or maybe interested in that. We need the passion there, not the newbies. Oh, I like it there, now I change to the different approaches. No. We are creating a community. It's not for everybody.
I would love to just use Mario Lopez as a good example of the different thinking. We all see his magic, we all know his magic, even more than Miguel Munoz, because he's known for one act, even if he's doing way more stuff, but he is known for this act, while Mario is doing several ones, and you would already understand, okay, this guy is kind of a clown, and he's really working on this to remove every unnecessary word and dancing down his style. and then implementing methods that nobody has ever thought about. What really makes it super strong, and the whole thinking of Mario when you are spending time with him is so out of this world. I love it. I really, it fools you not because it's a good trick, but it breaks down everything that you already would know, and then comes up with something totally new that I don't know where he gets it from.
Hard work, a lot of talent, of course, but this is not this esoteric talent that, oh, he has talent. No, and he puts 4 hours every day, at least, into being with the elements, playing, thinking, dreaming of the things, and then ask everybody. He is asking us, he is asking everybody, hey, look at this, what do you think, give me feedback. I always ask him, yeah, but why this? And he's always asking me about my stuff. Yeah, but in this moment, why do you do that? And he's like, you're right again. Let's start again.
Yeah, but I mean, when the last few years, before the sea thing, he was playing around with this wooden snake thing, right? You remember that one?
No, for years he has been doing that for.
Yeah, but I mean, there was exploring something. So he was like a child exploring still things and playing with them, with the elements, and seeing what will come up with, and maybe it will open up something. It was never something released.
I will give you one of the advices from Mario, and I know he's okay with me sharing this idea.
Okay.
He always says, when you find an element that you find engaging, like, I don't know why, but I like this pencil because it has, well, this is not a very good example, but I like this pencil, so leave it on the table. Maybe you find another element, oh, I like this, I don't know why, maybe because of the letters, maybe because of the, yeah, okay. So leave them on the table for a few days, play with them, try to, what happens if I do this and that. They don't belong together, right? But this has a lid, doesn't fit here, so what can I... Now I have 3 elements and they have different sizes. And you start to discover things. Mm-hmm. If after 3 days you see, nah, they are not matching, they are not a good match, no, they will never match on Tinder. just remove it, nothing is lost. You find another element and you keep playing, and what happens if I do this and that? And it takes time, like a slow cooking. Yeah. Over the years you have discovered many shitty ideas that he will never use, like 1,000 of them.
Yes.
90% of the ideas he gets to the trash, but this 10% is gold.
Yeah.
Is this Pareto law, right? Or Sturgeon law.
20-80, yeah.
90% of everything is, but if you work a lot, you will have a huge amount of rubbish, but lovely jewels.
Okay, I get another feedback of René. Can you see it?
Okay.
Yes, certainly new dates will come, and it will be again around summer next year, right?
Summer, like June, July, August, 3 editions. A little bit with different definition, each one of them. So each edition will have differences, so you will choose which one to attend.
Also, will you then have different teachers this time then?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, very interesting.
It will be, only things will be released like in December, because I'm still talking to different houses and restaurants to bring the food. It's a big logistic. So
I remember that the first years you were still cooking and engaging people, cooking and all this. Yeah. Your back then girlfriend was cooking and using all this. No. I think the idea with the restaurants is definitely a good one.
Yeah, but we had a great time eating there together.
But it was a good solution how you did it this year.
Yeah, so sign up in the website. So when we release the information, you will.
The website for this is campusmagico.com.
Mm-hmm.
There's no dash in between, right? It's one word, campusmagico.com. If one of the moderators could type this into the comment field, it would be awesome, in the chat as well, so that you would know where to go. It's really an interesting approach and great weekend. It's a great week, and you can certainly combine it with a nice visit of Madrid. Madrid is, I think, it's the capital of magic in the world. Even if many people think it's Las Vegas, definitely not. And we already we thought you could do a complete lecture tour through all the clubs and never leave the city for 1 week, as there are so many magic clubs. It's amazing, and there's not a single day without a magic show somewhere, right?
Several magic shows.
Nowadays even several.
It's like 60 magic shows a week in Madrid.
Wow. Well, and then now the new theater, the wonderful theater of, what's his name?
Daniel
Collado.
Magiculum, no, Magiculum. Mementorium.
And it's such a cool way how to get there, and that you have to do a kind of a quest to get to this area, to finally find the theater and the whole experience. Unfortunately, I didn't see a show there, but he invited, because he had a day off or a couple of days off, and but he invited us to be there and see the whole environment, and it was a beautiful place.
Because we are a community in Madrid. After campus, people usually spend a couple of days there, and I connect them with what's going on in Madrid in the scene. So sometimes we go to the Daniel Collado. In September, we went to the Budi Aragon Theater because they were doing an event at the same time. So we met with Rubiales, with Dani da Ortiz, with Budi Aragon, and all the campus guys. So we were having some beers together, and it's a nice synergy. Absolutely,
yeah. The community, I can say it's awesome. All these guys, our heroes, they're all good friends, and they really share with each other. And so even if you are not directly going to the campus, but if you're planning to go to Spain, stay some days in Madrid, reach out to Fernando. He will bring you in contact with some of the guys, and you will have some magical days in Madrid for sure. Every time I was there, it felt like this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
New activities.
Yeah, now we did everything so far in English language. Sorry for this, in case someone didn't get it. We will do it one more time in the other English stream that will start in 35 minutes. Thank you for staying for so long. If you have any more questions to Fernando, please leave it here or in the comments. If you are doing it in time, then we can either answer them now, or we can take them and talk about them in the English stream later on. Other than that, I think, yeah. Anything else? What?
Hamburg and Düsseldorf.
Oh yeah. Is the Hamburg thing? Is it now in November?
Yeah, next week, next Friday. I'm in Hamburg lecturing.
He's not only working with these guys, but you're also booked for a lecture. Ah, okay. How can they find more information about it?
I don't know, but next Friday I will be in Magiculum in Hamburg doing a lecture, and on the 13th, Sunday, I will be doing a 8-hour workshop there about all these topics. So it's for the people in Hamburg. Reach out to, I don't know, Jan Logeman or the Magiculum.
Does it work through Jan Logeman and the Magiculum?
Yeah. Thomas Gertz.
Other than that, leave a comment down there, and we will try to. Well, I will forward it to Fernando so that he can find out how to get into your lecture, etc.
Lecture and workshop on Sunday.
Rob says, "What a that's what a nice stream." No, Pelin. So nice how he always cleans the table. It's what he does also when he's helping me at the convention. Every time it's always very clean. So Palin is asking, could Fernando do a trick?
Yeah, no. But let me tell you, in January there is this guy, Olivier Desses. He has got a theater, a 100 seats theater in Düsseldorf for 21st of January. And we are doing a great event there. It's only for 6 people.
Oh, that's the one. I will be with Olivier Desses?
With Olivier Desses,
okay.
From Düsseldorf. He has hired a theater for a weekend, and with 6 people we will be directing acts. So if you have a competition act or an act in your show that you want to work with us, with Daddy or with Mario, we have to see.
How many already are chosen for these 6 spots?
I'm releasing today. So it's the first time I
who want to work on the act, etc., they could get in touch with you, or through the website, etc. Reach out to me. I will forward it to Fernando for sure.
And 6 people will be working, and we will be directing them for 15 hours in 2 days. But all the seats of the theater, we are selling tickets for magicians to come to see how we direct other acts. So they can learn these advices that we give to this professional for themselves. So it's a much cheaper ticket, and you just spend a few hours watching how people work.
When you say you're opening up today, how? Is there a website to do this?
I still don't know.
Will it be through Olivier?
Through Olivier, through us. Reach out to me, to Christian, to anybody you know that he knows me. Ask Sven Hoives, ask anybody in Düsseldorf.
Okay.
There is no website for that. It's just find out. If you're interested, find out. It's your own journey.
And this will be in
21st and 22nd of January.
That's a weekend.
Yeah.
So Saturday and Sunday? Saturday and Sunday, wow.
So people will, if you buy one of the tickets to be in the audience to see this event,
yeah,
you can come for a few hours and then you leave. Or you can meet with other guys in the bar while we keep working. You can be there for 1 hour, say, okay, I have enough. You go to the bar, you share ideas with your friends. Oh, this was a nice point. What do you think? Let's have a beer. So it will be like a whole weekend of working hard. And you choose your commitment. You stay the whole weekend, you spend a few hours.
Do you think maybe you want to stream this as well, so that people don't even have to go there, but could also watch it from home? Would that be something? It's a little bit more difficult because now it's just through a camera, but it could be of interest as well, right?
No, I don't know if people will be comfortable being shared. They are showing their own routines.
Being in a safe space like this.
It's a very intimate thing because we work in, no, don't do that, don't do this, do that, try this. What if? So I need
I get it.
Intimacy.
I get it. What kind of acts can apply for the 6 spots? What are they? Is it a whole show? Is it an act?
No,
or
an act, like a
10 minute act or something?
5 to 10 minute act.
Okay.
That could be one part of your show. I want to work on this routine. Something that you already know. No, don't even. I just bought these rings and I don't know how to use them again.
Hey, here's a new cardshark trick.
Yeah. I have been consulting big names of magic, like Stefan Kisbaum or Torsten. It's like they are not bringing this new trick. No. This is my act. How can I change things to get better? Because professionals always want to get better.
Sure.
It's not like I'm already a professional and I stay here. No.
No, they
being better.
Yes. Love it.
So
love it.
this is not aimed for big professionals. It's for everybody who has an act that they want to work with.
Yeah, I get it. So first of all, thank you so much for staying with us, that we could do it in English language. Luis, yes, the stream we will do again in half an hour. Then I will delete a little bit of the German part, but it was mostly on English anyhow. It would be nice to see you maybe there as again. I promise you, Fernando will not do a trick then there.
I promise. I will not.
No, he's not here for showing a trick.
And there is a reason for that. I will tell it in this next stream.
Oh, interesting. So maybe we will, we will find some other topics so that people would be even interested to come over to the English one.
I will discuss some of the items we discussed in this weekend.
Nice. So yeah, now you have to come back in half an hour. Take a break, go to the loo, have a coffee, maybe something to eat, enjoy the next half hour, and then maybe we'll see us here again in the English stream on the other channel, the cardshark International. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great week. Please leave down a comment. It helps us a lot. Leave a like. It brings us further to the top. And see you there. Bye-bye.